YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you with another J Talks Crypto. Today we talking about some Toshi, we talking about some Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, we gotta talk about it all, guys. But before I get into it, I gotta let you know I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Just the homie Crypto J, and we just talking about crypto today. As you guys can see, Bitcoin coming in at 104.3 at the time of the video. Markets is looking crazy, down almost a whole percent today, coming in at a 3.2. But guys, we had the dirtiest fake out this morning of all time, right? Of all time, we had the dirtiest fake out. Look at this, bro. Literally, I went to go get my McDonald's and I was like, oh, okay, good morning. Bitcoin's at 106. Let's go, big bit, right? 106,000, bro. Then I go to McDonald's. I order my coffee. This stupid code's not working. Sometimes the stupid code doesn't work. So I'm like, let me drive back through. I'm not ready. So I drove back through to take out my phone, reconnect it. I had to disconnect from the internet and then connect to the cell phone service. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about with this. By the time I did that, Bitcoin was at 106 and dropped all the way down to 104. 104.1, and I was like, there's no way. The page must have not refreshed. And then I refreshed the page, and then I saw, oh, the page refreshed all right. The page is real fresh, man. Price dumping down on Bitcoin. Nasty, dirty, fake. We do know that we usually see price action happen on Thursday, but it seems like the price is breaking down today, right? Starting to see a correction today and even starting to make now a bear flag. Yikes. Going into the weekend, this is definitely not what we want to see if you're bullish on Bitcoin. This is definitely an indicator that we might be breaking down more, which is what I said in yesterday's video. That we're still in the downtrend. We have not reversed trend yet, and that the trend is your friend. Do not bet against the trend. But at the same time, you can always do whatever you want with your money. That's all good. Some people in the peanut gallery are saying the worst case scenario, it goes sideways for a few hours. People go long. Trump dump, blah, blah, blah. JP Morgan, somebody saying once again, they're losing faith while Bitcoin consolidates near new all-time high. I think this is true. Somebody said bullish on BTC. BTC law up, down, BTC law. Somebody said big crash this week. I agree. I was already saying that. I already said it, bro. I said it last week, right? Didn't I say that last week when we started breaking off of this rising wedge here? I was saying that on the around like the 22nd. Today's the 5th actually. So we've been saying that now for almost 2 weeks. The fact that we could be reversing the trend here. Been talking about this shoulder head shoulder maybe in every video now for the past week also. I was even telling you even before it started forming that we would have to be careful here, that we do not create a bear flag and then create a shoulder head shoulder. It's exactly what's playing out. Probably couldn't have called it any better. But at the same time, guys, I'm here to tell you. Okay, I'm here to tell you that the market can be much more volatile, especially going into this weekend. I'll just tell you right now. It's going to be volatile this weekend. So just understand that. Just brace yourself for that. Because Bitcoin is looking like it needs to see a retest. This is definitely a pattern that's showing that it needs to see a correction. I don't bet against the trend, bro. Some people will tell me, oh, Crypto J, like, you don't know, da 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 da. Certain situations, I will be like, listen, anything could happen here. I don't know, right? This situation here, really, once this started creating this bear flag, this was already a short. And that's why a lot of these people got liquidated, to be honest with you guys. That's why there was a fake out today, because this was a short opportunity all day long right here. And so this was a big fake out. But then look, they ain't going to let you make no money. They sending the price back down. Only people that made money in this were the people that knew about this little Thursday pump that they probably planned. I feel like they all just sit around, they plan, they're like, all right, boys, we're going to move the market on this day. We're going to drop it on this day. Feel like they just do that. I mean, there's no proof to that, and I'm just talking mess, but that's just how I feel sometimes, man. You guys can see the fear greed index coming in at a 55, and the market cap just jumping off of a cliff for the altcoins. Oh my gosh, guys, the big breakdown. This is the big breakdown. But I don't think that the cycle is over. But guys, let me tell you what. Let me tell you what, okay? If Bitcoin drops down, retests 100K, okay, this total market cap likely gonna drop down and test $2.9 billion, $2.9 trillion. I'm sorry, which means that's billions of dollars that are gonna come out of cryptocurrency. So I'm just telling you right now that that's probably what's gonna happen, just so that nobody comes to me later like crying, complaining, very sad or emotional, because I'm not a therapist. I'm none of those things. I'm not even a financial advisor. I'm not even telling you. I'm not telling you to go out and sell all your crypto. I think that's really dumb. I'm not telling you to go all in on crypto. I'm telling you that's really dumb. You got to do your own research and make your buying decisions based off of your own intuition, right? Your inner trader that tells you what to do. I'm not him, bro. Okay, but I just give you guys my points of view. I'm pretty accurate. Some of you guys know I'm pretty accurate with this stuff, right? And we talk about all this stuff. We've been talking about all this stuff that could possibly play out. And guys, it seems like it's kind of just playing out. As a matter of fact, I'm even thinking about taking out a short today, right? Thinking about taking out a short today. Why would Crypto J want to take out a short today? Because, guys, one, seeing this price action happen on a Thursday. Two, market sentiment really registers on a Thursday. This is just my thought process. This is just my thoughts. And again, I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot, guys. I'm right about 80% of the time, but I'm wrong all the time. Like 20% of the time is a lot of times when you're making a lot of predictions and stuff. End of the day, it's just a prediction. And I'm not Miss Cleo, so there's that too. But I do think that there's a strong possibility that Bitcoin needs to see a retest. If Bitcoin sees a retest, I already told you guys, the market is going to bleed, which we need to happen, guys, which would follow 100% what I've been saying the whole time. We need to back on this fear greed index. We've done this so many times, right? Green, we create the McDonald's M's. I'm telling you, I'm calling this, bro. I'm calling this 1000%. Somebody out here is like, dang, Jay's calling this. McDonald's M, sell off. McDonald's M, sell off. McDonald's M, sell off. McDonald's M, sell off. McDonald's M in the yellow still, right? Guys, drop down to 100K. Liquidate a lot of longs, right? A lot of fear drove into the market, which is what we need. I think down here, we're back at 100K. In this orange, maybe we even retest a red in this situation, because honestly, guys, this is looking like it's giving double top vibes right now. What does double top vibes mean, Crypto J? It means that we've done this pattern before, and it seems like this pattern is sent to scare the market right now. A smart trader will see this pattern and he will say, this right here reminds me of this right here. The old double top, right? The double top. Look at this pattern, right? We create a bull flag. We break up above the bull flag, create another bull flag, break up again. Same thing, right? Bull flag, break up from the bull flag, create another bull flag, Same thing. Look, top, boom, top, wedge, drop, pump, bull flag, pump. This one, wedge, parabolic growth over time. Basically, for the past couple weeks, we've just been parabolically growing. Now again, at the top. Yikes, right? People want to know, is Bitcoin going to break up and move on? A lot of big investors giving some insane price predictions. Sometimes these guys do that, though. Sometimes they lie. They be lying. They lie. But, guys, I want to know, can Bitcoin go on to Bitcoin, or is it about to bleed the block? As I like to say, is Bitcoin about to bleed the block, right? It's about to bleed all these blockchains right now. Is it going to be a bloodbath, guys? I think it's going to be a bloodbath, to be honest with you guys. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. I think June's going to be a bloodbath. I think July is going to be a dope month for cryptocurrency. I think July, August, I think in June we're gonna see some low prices on a lot of stuff. I'm just being 100%. I'm just keeping it a bean. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you guys that I think that we've reached the top of the cycle. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you that I do not think that we have reached the top of our cycle. I've been saying this. The fact that we have not had a blow off top, right? You see how every cycle we have like this type of thing, and then we have this blow off top. Same thing here. We have this blow off top. We have this like uptrend and then a blow off top. We just kind of been coasting in an uptrend right now. We have not had a blow off top to the cycle. This would be the most anticlimactic bull cycle if this was the top of our trend right here. So I just want you guys to understand that I do not think that this is the top. Let's go talk about some Toshis. You guys can see Toshi Coin sitting on some key levels itself right now, wondering if this thing is going to see a breakdown or a breakup. We just seen a little bit of pump action happen with Bitcoin, but at the same time, we just dropped back down as well, right? We are breaking up above that upper Keltner channel, and then we drop back down. Now back in sketchy territory, right? Toshi Coin coming in at 223 million. But look, we got a shoulder head shoulder here, and this is an indicator that we're going to be in for some volatility. Possibly, again, we need Bitcoin to start turning up and turning around. Right now, that's not necessarily what's happening. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin is making me a little bit nervous with this bear flag. I know that it's rallying back. I know that this seems really good. But if we see a rejection off of around, before we get to 105, this thing is going to drop. It's going to create a nasty, dirty pattern, and it's going to make the market respond in fear. That's what is happening right now, right? The patterns that Bitcoin is making right now has the market responding in fear of what's going to happen in the future, right? So that's what we're paying attention to. Now, Toshi Coin is creating a very interesting pattern because we've seen this exact pattern play out. This exact pattern, exactly like this. Look at it, guys. Look at this, okay? This exact pattern played out just right here. Did it not? Look at the Keltner channel, right? You see, we break above, we create this bull flag, we break above the Keltner channel. We have some retests, we drop, we coast in between, same thing, boom, in between, right? Drop down a little bit just for a second, drop down a little bit just for a second, back up, reject, 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 back up, reject, reject, reject. And we drop down, we double bottom, Then look what happened, right? Interesting. Toshi Coin creating a very similar pattern to what it just did. And this is actually what I've also have been talking about on the channel. We've talked about the fact that Toshi looks like it's repeating a trend right now. And that's what I look for, guys. Honestly, all you could look for is past indicators that could show what can possibly happen in the future. And guys, history don't always repeat itself, but sometimes it does rhyme. That's what I always say when it comes to trading. History doesn't always repeat itself, but sometimes it rhymes, right? Which means like sometimes that you'll see a similar type of pattern and it'll play out again. And it's not repeating itself. It's not exactly the same, but it rhymes because it's very similar. And in my opinion, this is actually, even though this trend is looking weak right now, because we have done this in the past, because Bitcoin can make still a comeback and it's just looking like it's very volatile, I still feel good about this. Now, what I don't feel good about is the fact that it's a Thursday and Bitcoin's coming in at this price on a Thursday, because again, we see markets correct going into the weekend, right? Again, I told you guys, this bear flag rejects off this range right here, we're going to be in trouble. All right. There's a good chance, guys, that the market breaks down. I said it yesterday. We had a fake out. For a split second, I was like, what the heck? Am I wrong right now? Which is very not often. Okay. I'm very not often very wrong. But I was concerned when I saw this thing drop back down and touch, and then see this spring. Some people think, oh, it dropped back down, but then it springed off of this bottom zone. Well, look, we already really went down to 104. And then, yeah, we had this spring. But again, this is a bear flag. See this flagpole with the flag? That's not good, man. This is not what you actually want to see on Bitcoin going into a Thursday. It's actually the opposite. This is the worst thing we could see on Bitcoin. Honestly, I'd rather see a rising wedge than this bear flag play out. And we've seen what happens when the rising wedge plays out. Look, we had a rising wedge right here. You see how it like slowly broke down? But something like a bear flag could really have some significant downside if it decides that it wants to play out, right? You guys could see this is a flagpole right here, and then it creates a flag. This is a bear flag right here. Look how much downside that thing had, and look how fast it played out. Certain patterns are indicators of trend reversals, but certain patterns have different levels of sell-off that is generally seen. Now, another bearish pattern that Toshi's making right now is this shoulder head shoulder pattern, which is also a very bearish pattern. If it breaks below this neckline, we talk about the neckline of the shoulder head shoulder, right, where it touches all three of these points. If it breaks below this price can actually also go down pretty significantly. We've seen a lot of head and shoulders pattern play out. Look at this one, shoulder head shoulder right here. We saw a breakdown in the market. Also, this nasty little shoulder head shoulder here had a little breakdown as well. It is a sign of a trend reversal. Look, shoulder head shoulder, right? Does this sideways price action. We talk about on this channel the fact that sideways price action actually indicates a lack of demand. It's not the market's making up its mind. The market is always making up its mind. The market is actively moving, it's actively flowing. So its mind is being made up by the second, really. You got scalpers, you got swing traders, all types of people. The market's mind is being made up by the second. The fact that it's not moving up at all is actually an indicator that you might start seeing more shorts roll in, because again, good, successful traders pay attention to things like a lack of volume. I look for coins on these Bitcoin dips that have volume. I'm looking for that next 10x, 100x, 1000x meme coin. And the best way that you can find those is in times of volatility like this. So when Bitcoin starts acting funky, it's when it starts dropping low. And then when it starts making little gains and stuff like that, you could see which coins are seeing a lot of volume, that have a lot of attention. I pay attention to things like search results, all kinds of stuff, guys. As a matter of fact, if you are interested to find out how I'm able to find these coins, all you got to do is join me over on Patreon. I'm going to leave you guys the link in the description below, and I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.